Andrew Gold, and he is a lonely boy. And you heard that one on Oldies Radio 96.5, 100.9. Been talking about the Trigg County Country Ham Festival and all of the activities and events coming up today. Of course, one of the exciting events is the Kentucky's largest country ham and biscuit. Now, they're already beginning to make preparations to bake that biscuit. It's in the Bank of Cadiz parking lot. All the sponsored by Helping Hands of Cadiz and Trigg County. That's where the proceeds go. They'll be baking that largest country ham and biscuit, and then they'll be selling that little thing a little bit later on today. Some great eats at the Trigg County Country Ham Festival. You'll want to check it out.
Vision for life. Care for your eyes. The Cadiz Eye Clinic.
Visit the Cadiz Eye Clinic for a fabulous selection of name brand frames at a reasonable price.
Like the Cadiz Eye Clinic on Facebook for more information.
Your Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a beautiful fall day for day 2 of the Trigg County Country Ham Festival. We're going to see sunshine warming up to about 60 degrees. Then tonight, clear sky, temperature dipping to 36. Tomorrow, another sunny day.
A double bogey on his final hole kind of did him in, but still a fantastic year for James, who qualified for the state tournament. And he is part of that Hopkinsville team that brings everybody back next year. They finished 3rd in the region this year. Giles Wyatt shot a 13 over par 85 in his first ever trip to the state golf tournament. He's a junior. He'll be back. Grayson Thomas, a junior as well. He shot a 14 over par 86 in his first state tournament. Weston Wood, for the second straight year, the UHA golfer, makes the cut for the state tournament. And this morning already on the course at the Bowling Green Country Club, and struggling a bit out of the gate. He's 4 over after 3 holes, 11 over for the tournament. That puts him in a tie for 67th place. The course is change from morning to afternoon. Your clubhouse leader is Jay Nemo. After the first round, a 3 under par. He'll tee off just after noon today as the Mississippi State commit tries to bring home an individual state championship to Marshall County. Earlier in the week, Lyon County freshman Catherine Brown finished 12th at the girls' state tournament, shot a 4 over par 76. It was her first state tournament, and her final round included 3 birdies and 5 bogeys. She played some good golf, and again, just a freshman. And kudos to that family. They had the birdies for Brownie tournament yesterday at the Princeton Country Club to try and raise money for the Brown family. Of course, Cullen Brown, state champion golfer at Lyon County, went on to the University of Kentucky, where he was an all-SEC freshman former, diagnosed with a form of bone cancer a couple of months ago, undergoing treatment in Lexington. And through it all, Catherine played well and finished in a tie for 12th place. Christian County's Hannah Sumner missing the cut by 1 shot in her final tournament as a high school golfer. So congratulations to all of those golfers as they wrap up play this week at the state golf tournament. Of course, you can get results and information from all of the high school sports at yoursportsedge.com. Of course, we'll recap all of the high school soccer action going on as well. The region tournament's coming up this week. Going on today out at the Sportsplex. It's the Toyota of Hopkinsville West Kentucky Smackdown. Yesterday, Christian County picking up a pair of wins over Todd County and Fort Campbell. UHA split their games, beating Hopkinsville, falling to Logan County. Apollo went 2-0 on the first day. McLean County went 1-1. Todd County Central going 0-2 on their first day. So they'll be back in action today. In fact, at the top of the hour, they'll be squaring off out at the Sportsplex, and we'll have some recaps for you there as well. Our video at yoursportsedge.com, powered by Dr. Pepper. You heard some of that audio from the video on our show today. Coming up, Tom Leach will have a look at UK football.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Saturday with Scott Brown on 106.5 WKDZ and worldwide at WKDZradio.com.
This refreshing moment brought to you by Polar Seltzer. Polar Seltzer is naturally calorie-free with no sweeteners or sodium. Family made since 1882. Made with just water, zillions of tiny bubbles, and all natural fruit essences. Add some sparkle to your day, every day.
Now available at Sherway, Food Giant, and Marketplace.
G&S Embroidery in Hopkinsville can provide screen printing and embroidery services for any occasion. G&S Embroidery specializes in team uniforms, T-shirts for fundraisers, and customized embroidery work. Visit gs-emb.com to start and design your project from your own computer or any mobile device. Need design work? G&S Embroidery has one of the best designers in the area. For more details and to start your project, visit gs-emb.com. Your next design starts with G&S Embroidery.
Today's Pet Pointers are brought to you by Little River Vet Clinic, where Doctors Todd and Joanna Freeman have over 30 years experience in large and small animal care.
Today we will be talking about choosing and caring for your new cat. Before choosing a new cat or kitten, it is important to take time to research and think about your options. A cat's personality, age, and appearance, as well as the kinds of pets you already have at home, are all the things you should keep in mind when choosing a cat. If you've never owned a cat before, it is also important to know in advance exactly what taking care of your new cat will involve. What age and type of a cat should I get? In choosing a cat, you must first decide whether you want to bring home a kitten, a juvenile, or an adult cat. Generally, kittens are very curious, playful, and energetic. You get to watch them grow and mature and can influence the development of their personality. A kitten may also be more readily accepted by pets that you already have. This has been Dr. Joanna Freeman with Little River Veterinary Clinic.
For more help and information, visit their website at littlerivervetcadiz.com and follow Little River Vet Clinic on Facebook.
You're listening to the area's most comprehensive local sports show. Your Sports Edge Saturday with Scott Brown on 106.5 WKDZ and worldwide at WKDZradio.com.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have coverage of the 43rd Annual Trigg County Country Ham Festival from downtown Cadiz. Hopefully the weather will be a touch better today. It'll be chilly. You'll need to bring your jacket if you're going to the Ham Festival. All the coverage right here on WKDZ. Coming up next, though, Tom Leach has a look at UK football as we take a look at tonight's game with Arkansas. I'm Scott Brown. Thank you for listening to your Sports Edge Saturday.
The football Cats are in bounce-back mode when they take the field against Arkansas. We'll talk about it coming up on a look at Kentucky football and basketball. Brought to you by the Glenn Hammond Law Office.
I'm Glenn Hammond of Glenn Martin Hammond Law Offices. For over 20 years, I fought for my friends and neighbors who were injured in an accident that wasn't their fault.
I was a lead blaster and a drill operator, and I got hurt on the job. If it wasn't for Glenn Hammond, I don't know what my family and I would have done. He got me my workers' comp and my Social Security disability.
Get the help and care you deserve. Don't hire a stranger. Hire your neighbor. Call me right now for a free consultation and let me get to work fighting for you today.
Well, right now we're just preaching, going out to practice and playing, and basically playing like a game, like going out here, having fun, loving it, playing for your brothers, playing for the person next to you, and just giving it all you have.
Kentucky linebacker Josh Paschal there on the mindset for the Wildcats as they look to shake off a 3-game losing streak tomorrow night when they host the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah, we're hungry just because we know the potential that we have. We come out here and work hard every day, and that's something that we would just want to prove to everybody else. We've had a couple of losses, and we need to bounce back from that. And I feel like that's something that we're preaching right now, just bouncing back.
Of course, it's also Jared Lorenzen Day at Kroger Field tomorrow, honoring the memory of the Wildcat legend who passed away at age 38 earlier this year. Defensive lineman T.J. Carter is too young to remember Lorenzen's time at Kentucky, but he has seen the highlights.
Coach was showing us some highlights. It's sad what happened to him, and we definitely want to go out and play, to get the win. But definitely, for him, just show out on time for him. And it's sad that a legend like that to go, but it's definitely a part of the program. So it's definitely important to come out and play hard for him.
A look at Kentucky football and basketball is presented by the Glenn Hammond Law Office.
Find sports news when you want it at yoursportsedge.com. You've been listening to Your Sports Edge Saturday with Scott Brown on WKDZ FM, Cadiz, Hopkinsville, Princeton. It's time now for live coverage of this year's Trigg County Country Ham Festival. There'll be plenty of pictures online at WKDZRadio.com, so click there often. Once again, this year we'll be streaming today's entire broadcast at WKDZRadio.com. Live coverage starts now on 106.5 FM and online at WKDZRadio.com. Now let's go live to downtown Cadiz, Kentucky.
And good morning to you. It's a cool 44 degrees in downtown Cadiz. We've done this in every kind of weather possible, but we have sunshine in the forecast today. Looking forward to a beautiful day in our downtown community.
It is. I'm Cindy Allen Laxton. This
I'm
is
Beth
Beth Mann with us. It's our tradition to be together on the second day of Ham Festival. It used to be every day of Ham
That's
Festival.
right. I was thinking just this morning, coming in from the holler, when I crawled out this morning, it was a cool 38. And I'm like, ooh, it's going to be chilly, but it's warming up nicely. I was thinking this morning, our first Ham Festival together was 1994.
Yes.
So we've definitely covered a lot of Ham Festivals on Main Street, and it is always fun to do that for you. Saturday mornings, I think, is extra special because my favorite part of the Ham Festival is the world's largest edible ham and biscuit.
Oh, yes. It's going to be fabulous. We've already been given our pre-meal. Before we get a taste of that, we have our biscuits and gravy from the Helping Hands. They hand-delivered them to us today. It's awesome, folks. I mean, it is so good. So if you want to, a lot of people do like to get up to the biscuit early and be there for the whole preparation and watch it from start to finish. Have some biscuits and gravy while you wait, and then get a piece of that biscuit. And I'm super excited because I have been asked to be the first cutter, the ceremonial cutter of the biscuit today. I've never done that before. I've done everything else, but I've not done that.
It's very cool, actually. And it's a little bit overwhelming because, first of all, it's heavy. You don't realize how heavy that is.
That cutter?
The cutter, the whole thing. I mean, it's just supersized.
Right.
Everything about that biscuit is huge.
It is true. It's
and when you're right on top of it, cutting it, you're trying to be sure you get all the way through and you do a good job with it. It's a little bit intimidating, but it's cool. It's a very cool experience.
So maybe if I just do one, I'll be okay. Then they'll take care of the rest of it. But of course, they had that cutter custom made several years ago, and it cuts, I don't know if it's 6 or 8 biscuits at the same time, all very uniform. And if you've never ate a piece of that biscuit, you're just going to be blown away because it's not what you think. You think a biscuit that big could not be good. It is amazing. It's fluffy. It's so
delicious.
good. And then when you put that wonderful broadband ham on it, it just doesn't get any better than that, folks.
When you see the oven come out, Ham Festival's just around the corner.
Yes.
So when I cut back through on the back roads there, back off Lafayette, I saw the oven sitting over there in the parking lot, and I thought, yep, it's going to be here before you know it. And, a lot of people really worked hard to make that happen. And we've been trying to figure out how many years. I still haven't been able to nail down exactly when the ham and biscuit started.
I wish Mr. Smith was, and I have interviewed him through the years, and so we probably do have audio somewhere when he talks about how he fabricated that. And, I mean, he did that, had it made, and the thought, I know we've been using it. I'd say we've been using it at least 15, 18 years, maybe longer than that. I don't think it was before my time, so I think it's somewhere in between that time. And it still works, and it's only used once a year. Yeah. Most things, if you don't use them, things get bad on them. But, I mean, this is amazing. And, of course, it's powered by propane, which, is just amazing in itself.
Well, every year I know they service it and they try to be sure everything's good to go because there would be nothing more disappointing than a failed biscuit. Because
that'd be awful.
I mean, that just has to happen. But Cindy, I also want to put in a little plug. I've been thinking about the Helping Hands organization, and I watched them all day yesterday. They were here in the rain all day long. We dealt with rain from the minute the opening ceremony started until our final cut in at 5 o'clock news yesterday. And I saw a lot of people, 75 plus, with Helping Hands here working, and I just thought, it's time for some younger people to step up and become part of that project. I know that like the Futurals, for example, they've been involved every year that there's been a ham and biscuit, and their health is changing, and this year they're not going to be involved. And so, we need to continue that tradition. If Smith Broadbent could do it,
right.
However many years ago that it was, and John Firkwin and a lot of those guys that had the vision to know that our community needed a festival and a celebration of harvest, then we need to step up and keep those traditions going.
Absolutely. We talked about it yesterday. You know, we see our helping hands. They work so hard. They're all volunteers. It's a labor of love. There is no money involved in that whatsoever. These people spend their own money. You know, they buy their own T-shirt. They do everything they do comes out of their own pockets and out of the bottom of their heart. So we need a lot of younger people coming up and getting involved in that. They do so much for this community all through the year, from our Helping Hands Food Bank, which our drive will be coming up soon in December. We have also the back to school drive where they take kids who might not get to go back to school like everybody else does with all those school supplies they need and maybe a new outfit and some new shoes. And then they help people with medication throughout the year. They help people with their electric bill during the wintertime. And then they have the food bank that's open every day, and then the bargain barn. These people work hard. They work hard, and they are supposed to be retired. Many of these moved into our community and make Trigg County their home. So we've got people that are doing that. Maybe it's time for you to get involved. But home folks alike, and I'm speaking to the choir, a few hours a week, we could each one do and make a huge difference and help out our Helping Hands, because right now the Helping Hands organization needs you, and we pass that on, and they help so many people. But right now they could really use you.
Today you can help Helping Hands by making sure that there's not one biscuit left over.
Yes.
Because that's the true profit for them.
Yes.
So let's make sure we sell out the Helping Hands world's largest edible ham and biscuit today.
Yes.
That's our goal for today.
I think that's a good goal. Very good goal.
All right.
Our goal also today is to just tell you everything that's going on that has to do with Ham Festival, from the top of the hill down to the West Cadiz Park and everything in between.
And we need everyone to come out and support the festival today. We need to make up for yesterday. Most people don't realize, for most people it was just a rainy day and they didn't get to come to the festival and see all their friends. But for the Ham Festival Committee, I can guarantee you they were wringing their hands at the end of the night last night, because if we don't have a successful ham festival, and that is geared from money that comes from the rides and the amusement rides and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, we still paid the bands yesterday.
Yes.
And we paid them all day long for not a single performance that happened on the stage. And most people don't realize that.
Well,
so it's really important that we come out and support the festival today, support our local vendors. This is Christmas for our local retailers. So we need to be sure that we shop and support local, and especially do it today since we weren't able to so much yesterday.
And our nonprofit organizations, I did what I told everybody to do all week. I filled my pockets up with those dollar bills and those $5 bills, and I made my trek through yesterday and tried to get a bunch of them. Today I'll do that some more, because it's so important for them. This festival it's really, most of them, the only time that they have a fundraiser for, a lot of them. And then I heard some people, or saw some people on Facebook being a little negative about, we ought to get our money back because we didn't get to ride the carnival. Well, folks, the carnival folks, the Ham Festival Committee, City of Cadiz, and the county government and WKDZ, we don't control the weather. There's a higher source. And you know what? That's a chance we take every day when we buy something, whether we get to use it or not.
The good news of the day is our farmers desperately needed that rain.
They did.
So hopefully, this is a celebration of agriculture. That's really what this festival is about. So I just tried to be mindful of that last night. At the end of the night, it got windy and it was raining sideways right at the end of our broadcast. And Eddie and I were talking. I said, you know what? Our farmers desperately needed this rain. And this is all about agriculture. This is about economy, and those things are very important to us. So praise God for the rain yesterday for our farmers, and praise God for
sunshine
today.
for the sunshine today.
Right.
The temperatures are going to be fabulous. Grab a jacket. You may even need to wear it all day, but I don't care. I am loving this weather. I've been ready for it for a while. That hot was about all this old woman